The Arctic, a realm of stark, breathtaking beauty, where the horizon stretches endlessly and the silence is broken only by the groan of shifting ice. Here, the world feels untouched, ancient, and mysterious. This is a place where ice and ocean rule, shaping the land and the lives of all who dare to venture here. For centuries, this frozen wilderness has fueled human imagination, inspiring stories of adventure, survival, and the unknown. Sailors return from these icy waters with tales of ghost ships drifting through the fog, strange lights flickering on the horizon, and monstrous creatures lurking in the abyss, just out of sight beneath the ice. Among these legends, the Kraken stands out, a colossal beast said to rise from the depths and drag entire ships into the deep, its tentacles wrapping around wood and steel alike. Dismissed as mere folklore, these stories were long thought to be the wild inventions of fearful mariners, desperate to explain the dangers they faced. But what if these tales were more than just fantasy? What if they were echoes of a forgotten truth, passed down through generations? The ocean remains our planet's last great frontier, a vast and largely unexplored world that covers more than 2/3 of the Earth's surface. Its depths are less explored than the surface of the moon, hiding secrets that have eluded us for millennia. In these high-pressure, lightless realms, life evolves in unimaginable ways. Creatures glow with their own light, and ancient species thrive in the cold and dark. Now, as the Arctic ice melts at an unprecedented rate, it is revealing secrets that have been hidden for thousands of years, locked away beneath the frozen surface. As we venture further into these uncharted territories, we must ask ourselves, what ancient powers or forgotten creatures might we awaken from their icy slumber? The legends of the deep were born from a profound respect for the ocean's might, a force that has shaped human history and continues to challenge our understanding. Today, as we confront the changing Arctic, we realize that the line between myth and reality is thinner than we once believed. The Arctic is not just a climate barometer, but a vault of ancient mysteries, holding clues to our past and perhaps warnings for our future. And as the ice recedes, some of those mysteries may prove to be all too real, reminding us that the deep still holds secrets we are only beginning to uncover. In late summer 2025, the icebreaker RV Aurora pushed deep into the Arctic, its hull groaning as it carved a path through the ancient, shifting ice. The endless white stretched in every direction, broken only by the ship's determined progress. On board, a multinational team of scientists, oceanographers, biologists, and geologists set out to study the Gackle Ridge, one of the world's least understood undersea mountain ranges. Their journey was as much about discovery as it was about survival in one of the planet's harshest environments. Led by Dr. Eris Thorne and Dr. Lena Petrova, the team's mission was ambitious: to map the seabed in unprecedented detail and collect vital data on glacial melt, hoping to unlock secrets about Earth's changing climate. Their tools included a cutting-edge sonar array, capable of revealing the hidden contours of the ocean floor, and advanced sensors to track subtle changes in water chemistry and temperature. But their greatest asset was Triton, a remotely operated vehicle capable of diving thousands of meters beneath the ice, equipped with cameras and robotic arms to collect samples from the abyss. As Triton descended, the team discovered hydrothermal vents teeming with strange, unknown life, creatures adapted to darkness and pressure, thriving where sunlight never reached. But as they ventured into a deep, unexplored trench, the sonar picked up something unexpected. It wasn't geological, nor did it match any known biological signature. It was massive, organic, and defied all expectations. An enormous shape moving with purpose, unlike anything recorded before. The mission's focus shifted instantly. The team, gripped by a mix of fear and excitement, realized they might be on the verge of a discovery that could rewrite what we know about life in the deep. The scientists prepared Triton for a daring dive, recalibrating its instruments and readying themselves for whatever they might encounter in the darkness below. They were about to confront a mystery beyond science, one that would challenge everything they thought they knew about the world beneath the ice. The sonar revealed a colossal organic shape, far larger than any known creature ever recorded in these icy waters. Its outline was blurred at the edges, but the sheer scale was unmistakable, dwarfing even the largest whales. At first, the team suspected a sonar glitch or a bizarre mineral formation, perhaps an underwater ridge or a cluster of boulders that had somehow fooled the instruments. But the shape was symmetrical, with radiating structures from a central mass, patterns that nature rarely forms in stone or ice. Dr. Petrova recognized the hallmarks of biology, but at an impossible scale, nearly a kilometer long, stretching across the ocean floor like a living continent. Theories flew: giant sponge, microbial colony, or something else entirely. Some wondered if it could be a new form of life, never before seen by science. The RV Aurora positioned itself directly above the Anomaly, engines humming as the crew prepared for a descent into the unknown. Triton, the ROV, began its slow, careful descent into the abyss, its cameras and sensors primed for discovery. For long minutes, the cameras showed only darkness and drifting marine snow, tiny particles swirling in the cold, silent water. The tension in the control room was palpable. Then a vast, undulating surface appeared. Flesh, not rock. The texture was unmistakably organic, rippling gently as if breathing. The ROV's lights glinted off a colossal, closed eye, its surface reflecting the beams in eerie, shifting patterns. The team realized with a mix of disbelief and wonder that they were looking at a living creature, one that defied all expectations. Awe and fear gripped the control room. The implications were staggering. This discovery could rewrite the very definition of life on Earth. This was no legend. It was real, and it was alive. The boundaries between myth and reality had blurred in an instant. The boundaries of life had just been redrawn, stretching further than anyone had dared to imagine. The deep had given up one of its greatest secrets, and the world above would never be the same again. The control room erupted in shock. The impossible was real. The creature appeared dormant, perhaps hibernating for millennia. Driven by curiosity, Dr. Thorne ordered a tissue sample. Triton's drill touched the creature's hide. Instantly, the colossal eye snapped open, golden and immense. The seabed erupted as the creature stirred, sending silt billowing and sonar into chaos. The shape was moving, an ancient force awakened. Panic swept the ship as a massive tentacle unfurled, drifting toward Triton. The scientists watched, horrified, as the tentacle enveloped the ROV. The video feed went black. They had not just discovered a monster, they had woken it. The deep slumber had been broken. The consequences would be immediate. The Arctic would never be the same. Chaos gripped the Aurora as the team tried to recover Triton. But the tentacle crushed the ROV, severing all contact. The sonar showed the creature rising, fast. On deck, a deep vibration thrummed through the hull. Suddenly the ocean erupted. A tentacle broke the surface, towering above the ship. More followed, water cascading from their immense forms. The crew froze in terror as a tentacle slammed onto the deck, crushing metal and ice. The ship listed violently, people thrown to the floor. The Kraken, no longer a myth, was attacking. The Aurora, built for polar extremes, was helpless in its grasp. The ancient legend had become a living nightmare. The price of discovery was survival. The Arctic's power was no longer just a story, it was reality. As panic gave way to grim resolve, the Kraken's full form emerged. Its massive bioluminescent head broke the surface, eyes glowing with ancient intelligence. Tentacles explored the ship, testing its strength. The Aurora's engines roared, but the vessel was trapped. Dr. Petrova, torn between terror and awe, realized this was no mindless beast. The creature's movements were deliberate, almost curious. It seemed to study the ship that had disturbed its slumber. Then, as suddenly as it attacked, the Kraken released its grip. The tentacles slipped away, the creature sinking back into the depths. Its eyes lingered on the ship before vanishing into darkness. The sea calmed, leaving the battered Aurora adrift. The crew was alive but forever changed. The legend had become flesh, and let them go. The return to port was surreal. The Aurora, damaged but afloat, carried proof of the impossible. At first, their story was dismissed as fantasy. But the ship's crushed hull and the footage of the colossal eye silenced doubters. News spread, first as rumor, then as global headline. The world was transfixed. The Kraken was real. Footage of the tentacle and eye played endlessly, fueling fascination and fear. The Arctic became a new frontier, part wonder, part terror. Tourism boomed, navies mobilized, and scientists clamored for answers. The age of myth was over. The age of the Kraken had begun. Humanity's place in the world had shifted overnight. The deep was no longer just unknown, it was alive. The Kraken's revelation ignited a scientific and political firestorm. Expeditions raced to the Arctic, eager to study the creature. The Gackle Ridge became the world's most coveted research site. But danger and ethical questions loomed. Was the Kraken a threat, or a wonder to be protected? Environmentalists called for sanctuary. Militaries prepared for conflict. The Save the Kraken movement gained traction, demanding respect for the ancient beast. Dr. Thorne and Dr. Petrova urged caution, warning against repeating their mistake. They advocated for non-invasive study and humility before the unknown. The world listened, but debate raged. The Kraken was now a symbol of nature's power and of humanity's responsibility. The next move would define our relationship with the deep. The lesson was clear: respect the mysteries we awaken. The Kraken's awakening changed everything. It reminded us that true wilderness still exists, hidden, powerful, and mysterious. The ocean's depths remain Earth's last frontier, filled with life beyond imagination. The Kraken is both a warning and an invitation. Will we exploit, or will we respect? The future depends on our choices. The map of our world is not yet complete. There are still monsters here, and the greatest discoveries may lie not in the stars, but in the deep. The age of wonder has only just begun.